It's been a while, but we're finally back with the pit, man. It's probably been about 2 weeks. And for you guys that are newly subscribed to the channel, go back and watch some of the previous videos. But basically, I had a bit of a break from this series, but today, we are back. Hello everyone, welcome to episode 3 of Season 3 of the Hednesford Town Save on Football Manager 2018. It's quite weird doing that intro because I haven't done it for a while. You know, I've gone through Portsmouth, Southampton, and I'm doing Liverpool, of course, on my stream save. So to go back to this is quite incredible. But I have gone back into this with a much more open mind. And a few things we've done going back into it with an open mind to try and reduce our losses is that we've got review of a few people. Now, I thought I've just said I got view of a few people, didn't I? Blimey. We've got few of, I said it again. We've got rid of a few staff members. Our scout, our scout Joe Budd, and our physio Alex Dalton have both gone off the books. And we have just kept our heads of both their departments, so the head physio and the chief scout stay, purely because the head physio we don't pay anything, and the chief scout's on £11,000 a year. Apart, kind of like the scout, well, I think was on £19,000 a year. So you know, I think we've cut our losses there a little bit. But just a reminder of the series, not the series. This is going terribly, isn't it? You know, brilliant as a start back to Hednesford. Just a reminder of how the season's gone so far. Of course, we drew with Gainsborough 1-1 in the first match, then beat back Bradford Park Avenue, which has proven to be the only win so far this season. Then we drew with Leiston 2-2 to make it an unbeaten record, but we should have won that game apart from that Sam Ford scored in the last minute. And then in the last episode you guys saw, we were beaten by Halifax and Kettering. But then we've just played a game against Droylsden, who was second in the table, which we've drawn 0-0. So we've got another point on the table, and after 6 games, we've got exactly the same amount of points. So we're firmly mid-table, and a win today can put us all the way up to 8th, if possible. Now, we haven't made any changes in terms of the squad. No, I've only told you about the staff changes. They're the only changes we've made. Joe Fitzpatrick's picked up an injury, it seems. And he's out for about 2 weeks. But the squad we're going for today is... No, we have made a change, apologies. Jojo Wallacott, who was here on loan last year, has made the signing on for a free signing. I honestly just thought, even though it's £50,000 a year, he hopefully will stop the rut at the back. We've been conceding a lot more than we should have done, and he's back at the club now on a permanent contract. So he makes his debut, I think, today. Belinga, Bailey, Wheatley and Morley are at the back. With Carter there. With Adams, we'll change Horton for Karozzi, and he can play as a ball-winning midfielder. Okay, that's fine. And then James Laurie as attacking midfield, and then Macaulay Davies, and of course Neil Williamson on loan from our parent club, Exeter, on the pitch. Apart from that, I think we're going to keep it all the same. I think that looks all okay to me. We'll put Crooks on the bench, and actually we'll play Bower instead of Bailey because it seems that Bailey is quite tired. Apart from that, let's get into this game against Nuneaton Town. I didn't even tell you what games there are today. We're playing against Nuneaton Town, and then the second game of the episode comes against High Flying Wrexham. Now, I've come into this a lot more of an open mind. You know, if we can't get up this season, then we can look at it again. But, you know, anything can happen. If we've got a good run of form, perhaps we can do it. You simply never know. And I don't know why that's gone like that. I think it's because I must have stretched it last time, the league table, because we were playing at a... quite a short pitch rather, so you could extend it. But it doesn't really matter. Looks like Southport have took the early lead against Bratley Town, meaning that they go lead of the table. But not much happening here. I hope that 0-0 against Droylsden was the start of a bit of a 0-0 draw, but a board draw kind of spell. And that would be a real shame. But Karozzi's been given a yellow card. Of course, the first regen to appear in our squad regularly. Of course, we have got... Dayton Giscombe, who can play as an attacking midfielder on the bench. Not on the bench, but in the reserves for today's game. But he isn't quite playing yet. But Davis, there's a free kick for Davis. And Wilding's actually got a yellow card for Nuneaton. I think he will be sent off now. Would not be surprised. So we're going to try and retain possession now. You know, we don't really do any of that. And I think we can control this game. We're going to go attacking. Wilding should be sent off now, or else we've got to cancel all those changes. But that's really good for us. We should... be doing something now. Wheatley scores straight off that free kick. What an instant impact that tactical change has had. Oh, for heaven's sake. It's been disallowed. Yeah. Fantastic change that tactical change has had. But, you know, it's not really proved worthwhile because the goal doesn't stand. It ain't? I don't know why I'm American. Dear me. Anyway, half time. 7 points on the table so far. We should really get a win here. Keep going. Yeah, they are a man down so we can get a result here. And I think that's absolutely fair enough. By the way, folks, I have got a few player faces for some of the players, like Skeppelhorn, Bellinger, and Wheatley. But for some reason, when I try and put them in, you know, same player IDs as they are in game. But for some reason, it doesn't like, the game doesn't like it, that it doesn't put their faces on, whereas everyone else who's got their faces are on. I don't quite get that, but if you guys can let me know how to fix that issue, that would be a great help. How are Nuneaton 1-0 up? How? How are they 1-0 up? The 10 men, got 10 men, and they're 1-0 up. For you guys who are just listening in the background, Skeppelhorn's just come on because Neil Williamson's picked a bit of a knock, meaning that he's got to come off. But we should be winning this game. That is quite appalling. If we lose this, then we go all back to doom and gloom again, and you can forget me doing any more of this series. No, I'm joking. But hopefully we get a goal before they do, if that makes sense. Morley on the ball. I think we need to bring in a better player than Morley, because Morley probably is a weakness in our defence. Adams. Oh, he's lost the ball. Fantastic. Neil on the ball. Wheatley gets it, but only temporarily. Garner gets it, but Wallacott saves that one very, very nicely. But we should be winning here. That's what's annoying me at the moment. You know, they're down to 10 men, and with a man advantage, we should at least be scoring a goal. We have got a break here. Skeppelhorn running down the middle of the pitch. A bit slowly, actually, here. And if you lose the ball, I'll be really cross. And he has lost the ball. Very poor from Skeppelhorn. Skeppelhorn back on the ball. Nice ball up from Laurie this time. To Laurie, and the number 4, Newbury, does retrieve that ball, and it goes out for a corner. Let's have a sip of my tea. Why not? 65 minutes in at Keys Park, and nothing happening. I still can't believe this. We have not been clinical whatsoever today. And we're nearly 70 minutes in now. And if we lose this game, then we are quite down in the dumps. I mean, you know, we're 9 points off the top of the league. But it's not all over yet. Bellinger, Laurie, Adams, Crosby, Adams again. Davis. Oh, so close for Macaulay Davis. That is gutting. We will bring Crosby off for Alfie Crooks. He doesn't really get much time on the pitch, so I think you've got to be fair to him. We'll put the fullbacks on automatic rather than defensive, get a bit more width in the team. And we're only 3 points off the relegation zone if this game doesn't go to plan now. Just need to sort out the zoom on the camera, which I will do now. Apologies, folks. There we go. Carter, Crooks, Adams, Skeppelhorn, shoot, scores! Hugo Skeppelhorn gets a goal. I've been criticising all game, and we've pulled level now. Fantastic. Now what we need to go and do is go and win this game. Hugo Skeppelhorn, he really, ever since we've been promoted from the Evo Stick League, don't get me wrong, he was the top goal scorer in that league, but it seems he has not made the jump, it seems, from Evo Stick to National League North. But there's a goal there, so that's all that matters. And if he can score another one, there's a lot of praise to go to him today. Highlight straight after that. I'm quite worried about this. It might all be 2-1 to Nuneaton, but we have got the momentum with us at the moment. We're in the wall back. The wall. Adams loses it. Adams again. Crooks. Lovely ball up to Davis. Davis on the ball. Back to Bellinger. Put it into the box for Morley. Morley. Oh, just over. I was going to just say, because of course we were saying, well, we need to get rid of Morley. No, we don't. Especially if he'd have scored there. Right, we're going to take Macaulay Davis off and bring Daniel Griffiths on. And that would only be fair. Give Daniel Griffiths a bit of a try. But I really need us to win this match. That would be brilliant. And what a comeback that would be to the save. But Leland to Hickley. It's going to be 2-1 on Eaton, isn't it? Samuels. Morley gets it. Good lad. Skeppelhorn, go for that. Go for it. Right, it's still in. Still in. Just keep it. Skeppelhorn. Poor ball from Skeppelhorn. Straight back to the Nuneaton striker. Garner on the ball. Puts it in. Oh, Wallacott saves it. He should have really squared it. And that's not good enough. But we should be winning this game. Look at the stats. 11 shots to 4. 55% of possession. Even though we're going to go overload now, because I just love us to win this game. But I don't think it's going to happen. The gods aren't with us today. But it is a point, I guess. It's better than nothing. But with 10 men, with 10 men for them, that's not good enough. And in my opinion, we've got to be harsh on the squad. Rather than what the assistant's saying, you know, it was a tough result to take. I think we should have won that game. Personally. What else I've done as well to kind of improve the positive mindset here is that I've reduced the training amount. I've reduced it to average, but I've took off the rest day before matches. Less players will get injured, but they are technically working harder because there's a game. There's what's it before the game? What's it before the game? There's no rest before the game, so they're technically working hard. Neil Williamson's out for a few days, but hopefully he'll be back for the game against Wrexham away from home, and that's coming up right next. Right next? Right now. Yeah. No, 5 days. Only the one change then for this game against Wrexham. Hugo Scaporn starts ahead of, what's his name? What's his name? This is a great start. Neil Williamson, of course. The bloke on loan from Exeter, who's still carrying that little bit of a niggle, but he's doing alright, but not quite up to full match fitness. And Nat Jarvis comes back to the bench after his injury layoff as well. Here we go then for this game against Wrexham. Apparently, we've got to do the impossible to win this game, which I think is a bit harsh. We've changed our not tactic, but our instructions a little bit. We've gone fluid rather than very fluid. And we've also decided not to run at the defence because, I don't know, the more I play FM18, the more understood I get with the instructions. Not the opposition instructions, but the instructions itself. In that, you know, some things work, some things just don't. I.e., dribble less and run at defence don't really work unless, really, run at defence if they've got a man, maybe men on yellow cards, because it kind of like encourages them to slide in. But dribble less really only works when you've got a really good team at passing, which clearly Hednesford aren't. No offence to the players, but they're just not. And, yeah, we're 20 minutes in here, and it seems that the last few games, fair enough, we've shut up shop, but we're playing a little bit like the Albion in the Premier League at the moment. Anyway, Adams on the ball, back to Carter. Lovely ball in. Davis has got it. Oh, disaster. Macaulay Davis really put it on a plate there. Was rather put it on a plate for himself, but he couldn't put it away, which is really unfortunate. And seeing that we're pretty much the outsiders against Wrexham here, any chance that we get is going to be crucial in this game. It looks like it's been quite lacklustre in terms of its chance and the excitement in the game so far today. But in between matches, we did have the draw of the, oh, for heaven's sake, the draw of the FA Cup second qualifying round. That's against Havisham, I want to say, who are 2 leagues below us. We should be winning that game. But back to the game we are playing at the moment. I just knew it was going to happen. It seems that after a bit of a deflection that Mulder's scored it for Wrexham. And to be quite honest, you weren't going to stop that. Can we get a goal back before half-time? I doubt it. But we are 47 minutes in, and that means and signifies half-time at the moment. And I don't think we've played very well. Apparently, Scaporn feels pressurised. Well, at the end of the day, we've been a bit rubbish, so, you know, I don't really see what the problem is. We're going to go attacking because now we've conceded, I don't think we've got anything to lose. We've had a decent amount of possession, so we're not being mugged in terms of our possession stat, if you like. But they've got it back. We've run it back from them. Davis, nice ball to Bellinger on the wing. Can he get it in the box? He can. Cook out temporarily to Robinson for them. Oh, God, up to Mondale now. Get it, number 4, whoever you are. I think that's Bailey Anderson into the box. It's 2-0 Wrexham. They are top of the table, I guess, but it's worrying signs for us in that we haven't won a game since the second game of the season, and, well, I don't want to say job security because our job's still stable, but, you know, if this goes 3-0, then it's just taking the mick. Mulder's on the ball for them. Back to Anderson. 3-0 Wrexham, for heaven's sake. This is exactly why I stopped it in the first place. We just don't seem to be competitive in the league this year. We didn't have a good summer last season. Rather, this season. We didn't have a good summer. A lot of our good players went. And we haven't replaced them, I don't think. Especially the left-back position. I mean, I might well just be assigning blame to someone who doesn't deserve it. But that sort of pass shouldn't be allowed. Jennings. Scaporn gets it back. Adams. Nice ball up to Laurie. Can he get it back in the box? Oh, he loses it to Rivers. That's just poor. But I don't know, maybe our top players haven't performed yet this season, the likes of Scaporn, the likes of Laurie. They haven't really shown their true colours, and that's a bit disappointing. But Adams to Scaporn, and it's nearly a goal for Scaporn. And I'll tell you what, if he keeps scoring a few goals, you know, keeps chipping away, then, you know, he'll get more starts. But at the moment, he just seems to be very inconsistent, and that goal that he got in the last match seems to be a bit of a fluke. So we'll bring Nat Jarvis in on for him. And we will also bring Karozzi off for Crooks. I don't know what Crooks got the hump at, to be quite honest, with his abysmal morale. I just don't get it whatsoever. But it looks like this game's all but over. We're 3-0 down. And it's going to be a challenge to stay in the league this season. Never mind get promoted. It's going to be a challenge to stay in the league full stop. And that's now 4-0. Was it the challenge to attacking that's lost us this game, or is it just that Wrexham are too good for us? I don't know. But that's a worry. That's a real worry, that is. I mean, we're 4-0 down. And that does not do the confidence any good, trust me. Crooks. Bellinger. Bellinger in the box. Oh, Gray's dropped the ball. Bellinger again. Crooks. Adams. Davis. And we've got one back. Okay, that's one back. That's good. I'll tell the players to push forward because if we can get it back to sort of 4-2, 4-3, the loss looks a bit better. But Leicester look like they've had a bit of the same look as we did last season in that, you know, they've just come up from the Evo Stick League, I think, or the Boss Stick League it might actually be. And they're doing really well. But it's going to be tricky to stay in this league this season. It's really competitive, but putting it out there now, it's still the early stages. We're only 8 games into this season. 5-1, whatever. It's still the early stages, you know. There's still a good old 34 games to play. And although, yes, we are 11 points behind and we've only had 1 win, I completely accept that. And the wins need to start coming in soon. You know, we've just got to be perseverant because the season's not over yet. But looking at this result we've had, it has been quite appalling. I don't like getting whooped because it's just embarrassing, really. I can understand the odd, you know, 1-0 or the odd 2-0, but 5-1 really is unjust. And I think we played well that first half. We did crumble in the second half, and that is it then. We've just lost 5-1. And we didn't do excellently, Larry. No, Larry's just said that, you know, that the assistant and the players did really well. They didn't. They did appallingly today. You know, to lose 5-1, you can never say if you lose 5-1 that the players played well, because that would just be ridiculous. Unless, of course, there were 2 men sent off and you're down to 9 men. That's a little bit of a different story, but there was no excuse for that, I believe, from the players today. But we'll come back in a few games' time anyway. We will come back, I think. What are some big games for us, you know? I think those 2 are quite big games. Harrogate and Telford, you know. Harrogate in 17th and our local rivals Telford in 19th. And Darlington are down there as well as us. So it just proves that, you know, anyone can get down there. You know, Darlington only on 2 more points than us. They finished 3rd last year. Any other team that are quite a surprise? You know, Blythe Spartans, really. Okay, they were mid-table last year, but they fell down the table as well. So really, anything can happen. We've still got 34 games left this season. And next episode will be showing 2 more of them. So thank you so much for watching, folks. I really hope you're glad that this series is returning. If you are glad this series is returning, leave it a like. And this series will be on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so you'll see an episode tomorrow and at Thursday at 6 PM. And then also on Saturdays and Sundays with Portsmouth on my second save on FM coming on Fridays and Mondays. And also, this is 6 PM. If you watch this before 8 PM, there's a stream going on tonight on the channel at 8 PM for my Liverpool save. So check out the channel for that. If it is about 8 PM, go, oh Christ, I'm going to go and check out that stream. But anyway, I've been TIJ. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe if you enjoyed that, folks, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.